Hello, Orange County. I'm Rob Foran.
And I'm Alex Bueno, and welcome to episode 4 of, I'm gonna get this right, SGN. Oh, see?
She's getting closer. You know what, let's get right to it with the segment that we like to call Do-Re Memes. Do-Re Meme. In this episode, our memes spotlight relationships and how the pandemic can sometimes bring up some small points of contention between couples. Kim Wood shows us how one partner shows their appreciation for one of those shared art classes. Sandra Dubois was somehow actually able to post a moment of my life wherein the husband questions if the AC is actually on, and the wife questions if the husband's actually trying to kill her using cold as a weapon. And I'm pretty sure that our last meme was actually posted by my wife. It's a lost and found item. Found, cat was at my front door this evening with no collar. He ate 5 cans of tuna, so he must have been lost for a while. He was covered in dirt and leaves, so I gave him a bath, checked with the neighbors, nobody seems to be missing a cat. To which I can conclude either my wife is trying to kill me or we really need to get her prescription checked.
There's a cougar in the car.
Anyway, back to you, Alex.
Thanks, Rob. And now for some good news. Because of the coronavirus, the Ana Elks Lodge wasn't able to hold their annual recognition banquet. But that didn't stop them. The organization held a drive-up event and reached out throughout the community to showcase and present scholarships to high school seniors who've proven themselves to be a remarkable set of young leaders. Congrats to the honorees. And speaking of remarkable people, we caught up with the Chance Theater's very own Karen O'Hanlon to talk about a very special program that allows youngsters and veterans a chance to speak up and be heard.
Well, the Speak Up program is designed to help to do exactly what it's called, to help students to speak up and to give them the skills that they need and a platform to do that. Theater can have many definitions, and at the Chance, we really believe that theater is a tool for empathy. So we try to design our programs, all of our programs across the board, to help participants to find their voice. And a lot of the skill set that we use in theater as actors can help you to look at your story in a different way. Our Speak Up program is in 3 different parts. So we have the Teen Speak Up program, which is in its 15th summer, I believe 16th actually. We have the Spectrum Speak Up Teens for kids on the autism spectrum, which has just completed its 3rd summer. And we have our Veteran Speak Up program, which is going into its 6th year. What we hope all of these programs will do is give our audience insight into the participants' lives and what it's like to be them, so that we can ask questions and come together and support and become a more empathetic community. This was needed. This was so needed to have an outlet to talk about what we're feeling, to have an outlet to create something positive out of it, and to just have a group that you can come to consistently and talk to. And I think for many of them, knowing that there are so many adults that do care about what they're going through, who want to hear their voice, who want to hear what they have to say, and understand that their voice is important. The performance itself felt like a huge success because we did it. We put on shows. And not just we put on shows, but we had, over 100 people from our community come and support the Teen Speak Up program. That's so cool. They wrote original plays. They got to perform something we're all dying to do. Our Spectrum program had close to 50 people in the audience, and these kids wrote original plays, and it reached the goal of the program of writing scenes, letting us in on what it's like to be them and what it's like in their life. So we were able to give them design classes with top designers who Tony Award nominees so that they got to do a deep dive into set design and costume design and lighting design and all of these areas. Directing, we had professional directors come in and really break down what it means to direct, instead of just saying this is the job of the director. Really give them tools and a skill set that they need to be a director. Acting intensives with professional working actors, going into Shakespeare, musical theater, acting for the camera, creating characters, physical acting. weightlifting, all of these things being taught by other people, which was so cool. We are continuing the intensive classes. So please stay tuned because we will be running another session.
Thanks, Karen. For more info, go to chancetheater.com. Rob?
Are you struggling with life in our current situation? Well, it's time for Life in Lockdown, where we get a little glimpse of how we're all coping with our adjusted way of life. Today's focus, baking from home. A lot of people have picked up the hobby and have unleashed their inner baker, like our own Robyn Manion, for example.
No way! That recipe's been in my family for generations. You know, I could use a spotlight. Community spotlight with our field correspondent, Laura Hathaway.
Community Spotlight. Oh, come on! Jenny Reyes McCormick has used her words to inspire and bring hope to others for some time now. Many first came to know her through her blog, A Warrior's Battle, where she bravely and openly wrote about her husband's battle with cancer. Now, using her own life experience as the mother of a preemie baby, she continues to use her skill as a writer and editor for preemieworld.com, a site dedicated to educating, empowering, and connecting parents of preemie babies to resources, and to remind them that they are not alone. I sat down with Jenny to talk to her about her journey and how she uses her writing to help others.
Hi, Jenny. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Hi, I'm so excited to do this. This is wonderful.
Tell me a little bit about Preemie World and how you got involved with it.
First of all, I am a preemie mom. My second son, Joshua, was born at 26 weeks gestation, and he spent 129 days in the NICU at Chalk Children's Hospital. At that point, I was kind of desperate, looking for information on prematurity, issues that Joshua was having, and I found a website called Inspire. And in that, I met Deb DeSensa, who is the CEO of Preemie World. And Preemie World is this amazing organization that provides resources and education for preemie parents around the world. And it helps give parents a voice. It helps them advocate. It helps them feel confident when they're really in the NICU and trying to advocate for their preemies.
How is parenting different for someone with a preemie baby, or is parenting not different? How is that? What does that look like?
There's a definite appreciation for the process. There's a deep appreciation for the fact that he's breathing, the fact that he can run and jump and talk, things that many doctors say, well, your son's not going to be able to do this. And when you leave the NICU, you're not going just home. You're going to live in doctor's appointments, therapy appointments, and it's nonstop up to present.
Did you find that the writing that you were doing then kind of helped your writing now? Is it something you've always loved doing?
I always loved writing. I've always been a writer, creative writing. But I think when David passed away, there was this angst in me, this pain that was kind of siphoned through the pen and into a notebook. Documenting my journey was just probably the best thing for me. It's kind of a way to realize that there's strength there. There's strength in the journey. There's a deep appreciation for the journey as well. Despite all the tragedy, you find the blessings, and that's what it helps me do.
Have you ever had anybody reach out to you?
We've had different emails from different friends and strangers saying, you know, I'm going through this exact same thing. In your words, this is how I feel at this moment. And that inspires me because I've been inspired by somebody who was in my position before. I've learned from them, and I take that. And if I can inspire somebody, then that's wonderful. Because like I said, I'm inspired every day.
How have you and your boys found joy during this kind of crazy time?
I know it's overwhelming. It's completely different life. But in this time, there's also a big blessing because I'm never going to have this opportunity again to spend time with the boys, to really do all these fun little projects, to watch a movie together without feeling the chaos of a schedule.
Do you have any advice for just parents in general during this madness?
Well, as many of you began remote learning, it is difficult. It's not easy at all. It's okay. It's not a perfect system, and it wasn't meant to be. This is a temporary fix, and just do the best you can.
Are there any upcoming articles or anything that you're working on we should keep an eye out for?
One of the big things that we're launching right now is Deb's book. It's called The Preemie Parents Survival Guide to the NICU, and it's a second edition. It's been updated, edited, and contains new links, new information. So if there's any preemie parents out there that are struggling in the NICU, it's the perfect read. Also log into preemieworld.com. We have tons of blogs, more to come as things roll out. We're definitely working with the Alliance for Black NICU families just to make sure that that support is there, to make sure that there is a voice for all preemie parents.
If you or someone you know could use some of Jenny's incredible words, you can check out her blog, A Warrior's Battle, on Facebook, or check her workout on preemieworld.com. The book, The Preemie Parent Survival Guide to the NICU, is available now. Back to you, Rob.
You know, in these uncertain times, it's easy to become selfish as we try to navigate this new normal of pandemic concerns and lockdowns.
Why's the camera on me?
But we here at SGN want to focus on people who are coping by being more selfless, by finding ways to be of service to others. So first up, we have Jill Canales. And Jill's son plays baseball for J. Sarah High School in San Juan Capistrano. And Jill heard that baseball uniforms make great face masks. Jill reached out to Coach Brett Kay, who had over 80 old uniforms to donate. Now, Jill is a cancer survivor, and she volunteers at BreastLink, a diagnostic and treatment center. Well, they were able to make over 300 masks for BreastLink members who are going through chemo and have compromised immune systems, as well as for radiant imaging facilities for their patients, family members, and healthcare providers. And next up, we have Nathan Parasarathe. And I really hope I'm coming even remotely close to pronouncing his name correctly because he is an extraordinary young man. He's a 15-year-old student at Northwood High School in Irvine who started the Zero Waste Initiative, which donates excess food from different restaurants to various organizations that feed those in need. Most of the donations have come from Brugger's Bagels franchises, but they've also gotten donations from Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, and Einstein Brothers Bagels. In the past few months, the initiative has donated over $20,000 worth of food that would have otherwise been thrown away. And last but not least, we have Parker Olertz of Anaheim, who's the founder of Little Advocates, an organization that seeks to help those in need. From food drives to raising money for the Make-A-Wish Foundation to stockings for seniors and even an appreciation parade for the Anaheim PD. Great work, Parker. Back to you, Alex.
Thanks, Rob. Are you guys wondering what the famous folk are up to these days? Well, I'm gonna hand it over to our contemporary dance celeb gossip correspondent, Monika Peña. Monika, what's the scoop? We got Nicolas Cage, who's praying for his role as a dinosaur with sassy shoes in Dinosaurs with Sassy Shoes movie. He's a little confused, but the movie is not gonna happen, so few. And then we have Zac Efron, who never wants you to forget that he was in High School Musical. Then we have Madonna, who decided to dance with a mask on, couldn't breathe, threw it away, but it's okay, she's Madonna, and she's caliente. Okay, thank you. Thanks, Monika. And now it's time for some pandemic parenting, or PP, where we remind you you are not alone, we're in this together, and it's okay to lower your standards just a bit.
What are you doing?
I'm bored.
Go bang your head against the wall.
Mom.
Only boring people are bored.
PP tip number 4. Wine in the shower. Yes. This tip brought to you by Mommy's Anonymous. Mommy's Anonymous. You know my name, so it's not that anonymous. And now we're gonna give it over to our holiday correspondent, Matt Takahashi. Matt?
Thanks, Alex. For this week's look at creative holidays, we wanted to see how all of you are celebrating birthdays during this crazy time. Coming to you from the happiest place on earth, Katie Jo has been visiting Disneyland for her birthday every year since she moved to California, and this pandemic didn't stop her from enjoying a cupcake outside the gates. Also in Anaheim, Amber celebrated by having a crafting party with her housemates and enjoying an ice cream cake with a unique message on top. In La Habra, Lo's husband and their roommate surprised her by sending her on a birthday friend crawl to visit friends around Orange County and Long Beach. Modeled after a pub crawl, Lo received a clue at each location about where to head next. Since Lo was so excited to visit with her friends that she hadn't seen for 5 months, the experience took up the entire day. Next up, Carmela in Irvine created this video to invite friends to join her on her Animal Crossing island. Friends spent her birthday visiting and delivering virtual birthday gifts in the very popular Nintendo game. Lastly, I actually celebrated my own birthday last month, and honestly, it was probably how I would have celebrated it even in a normal year. Here is a visual representation of how that went. Yeah, it looks about right. Back to you, Rob.
Thanks, Matt. You know, I think we could all use a good dose of joy. Which brings us to our next segment, Dose of Joy. In this segment, we asked Robyn Walton, Robyn, what brings you joy?
This is Sebastian. Say hi, Sebastian. Hi, Sebastian. Oh, you're so funny. He's so funny.
Oh my god, he's so cute. I'm crying because it's so adorable. But don't do that. If you start to cry, I'm probably gonna start to cry.
No. Mom, now I'm gonna cry too.
So you guys, it's just a baby. A really cute baby. Like a super cute baby. Got little feet.
Okay, let's get it together. So we've got some pretty exciting stuff coming up, starting with Stage Facts. Chance artists find a fun way to answer frequently asked questions about the Chance Theater and theater in general. So get ready to send in those questions. Except for math. No math questions. Also coming up, we've got Chance Encounters, a Chance show with interviews, humor, and heart.
Here's how you can stay involved with the Chance in the coming weeks. Every other Friday, we're hosting Cyber Chats. You watch the shows online and then join us for a virtual discussion with Chance artists.
We are also offering virtual intensive workshops in various areas, such as acting, directing, and design.
And the excitement keeps on coming with Broadway Chance Style, where Chance Theater and Broadway artists come together to sing and tell stories.
And remember, we need your help now more than ever, so please consider donating to the Make Them Hear You campaign, which has been extended due to the generosity of our incredible board and friends of the Chance. Your generous gift will be matched dollar for dollar and help us make it through this uncertain time. And hey guys, make sure to get your party shoes on and save the date, October 30th, for the Chance Theater Virtual Gala. It's a night you're not gonna wanna miss. Trust me. Oh my God. You guys, this is so cool. I know Rob Foran did not show up wearing the same dress as me. Excuse me for a moment. Enjoy some mini correspondence. I gotta go take care of something.
And most importantly, we want to hear from you, OC. Send us your good news, your pictures, your videos, your stories. Do you have any mini correspondents running around that like to bust a move? Send them our way. You can email us at goodnews@chancetheater.com and help us highlight local heroes and moments of joy. Thanks for coming back. We hope you smiled as much as we did putting this little thing together. This is SGNOC reminding you that until we can tell you stories from our stages, we're going to tell your stories online. I'm the poor man's Jennifer Ruckman.
And I'm Alex Bueno. Until next time, stay citrus, Orange County. Hey, did you know Jen had her baby? Yeah. Girl. Yeah, they were gonna name her Alex, but I was like, no. As flattered as I am, you really, no. You should call her something like Taryn. That's what they did. They called her Taryn, is my idea. No, I tried to go and be there live during the birth, but then I thought, whoa, that might be a little invasive, Also, they wouldn't let me in the hospital. Right. This is awful, by the way. This is just awful. I mean, I'll drink it, because it's here, in my hand, close to my mouth, but, assume we'd have more. We're in our 4th episode. I would think that we'd have enough. What's the word? Budget for alcohol consumption, that's all.